Trinity Parents. It's me, Ashley Winkle, and I'm here in the Parents Corner, and we're keeping it real today. Today is the day when the hair is thrown up on top of my head, and if I moved this camera anywhere to show you any part of my house, I'm sure it would be a disaster that would shock you all. There's laundry and dishes and all kinds of mayhem everywhere, but focused in this particular corner. So I'm sure, like me, you guys are doing your best to not just cope, but also thrive in this strange season from your own homes. And I'm here to try to offer you a smile on your face and a word of encouragement to keep you going as often as I can. All right, I thought what I would share with you today is a little idea of self-care. I know I had said that those would be some things that we could maybe talk about in the days to come, but the one I thought about today was how important it is that you have a place that you can get away. And some of us live in larger houses than others, and some of us have more people around us crowding out our day than others. But it's always been something really important to me to have some sort of space where I can get away. And if we're talking about doing our devotions, right now, with schedules being up in the air and even sleep patterns being totally different, there's no rhythm or rhyme or reason to life right now. Devotions can be something that's really difficult to do, or at least shifts down the list in terms of feeling like a priority. But if we have a place that we can go where we can mentally recharge and relax, and we combine that with our devotional time with the Lord, what a rejuvenating and refreshing way to be able to just give ourselves a chance to take a step back and take a break from it all. I was just reading recently on the Alberta government website that was talking about ways to invest in self-care for yourself, to manage stress and things during a time like this. And one of their suggestions is to take regular breaks. So if you have a place somewhere in your house where you can take that kind of a break and kind of invest in a little bit of self-care or a time out for moms and dads, and include God in that time, I think that's where we're really going to feel like we have a foundation that's going to allow us to step back into just the craziness of this chaotic season we're all in. And this comes from God's word too. Matthew chapter 6 verse 6 says, "But when you pray, go into your room and close the door and pray to your Father who is unseen, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." So I know we're all in need of getting that time to go away and to be with God. When my children were really little, I used to have a corner pantry in my kitchen, and I would stash very high up on a shelf some little snacks or treats that were just for me that they didn't know existed. And from time to time, when my little kids were very small and just kind of always at me, there were times when I definitely closed myself away into that tiny little pantry, and it wasn't even necessarily to pray, but to try to stuff my face with some chocolate. But if we can have a space like that somewhere in the house where you're kind of giving yourself a little bit of self-care, but also getting there to meet with God, I think that might be helpful. One suggestion that I thought that I would make is maybe your house is really small and there's not a lot of places that you can go, but here's just some creative solutions. Even I know there are some moms who they take the time they can when they go to the bathroom, and I'm not saying you need to sit on the toilet with the Lord, but if you want to go into that bathroom just so it's a quiet space and there's maybe a little bit less likely for interruptions to follow you in there, maybe take a candle, light a candle, turn the lights out and sit in some candlelight to just give yourself a chance to focus and come down from just the barrage of information and chaos and noise that's all around us all the time, and just take the time to just pray and pour out your heart to God with whatever it is that's going on. I included some chocolate as well. Even if you're going into, let's say, a closet or your laundry room or the storage room under the stairs, doesn't matter. But these are kind of things that I would take with me there, as well as my Bible. Maybe I would also take a journal with me where I could jot down my prayers, or just even things that God's saying to me out of His Word. Maybe you want to be able to take a good book with you, something devotional or something that's really going to speak some truth to you, maybe a parenting manual. One book I'm going to show you really quickly This is one I've had for a couple of years now, actually a lot of years now. It's 10-minute timeouts for moms. Doesn't just have to be for moms, it could be for dads too. This is available at Amazon. And also this one just came out. This is by Jenny Allen. It's called Get Out of Your Head, Stopping the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts. What a timely book for Jenny to have come out with for such a time as this. I feel like this kind of just hit publication at just the most opportune time for those of us who need the help to be able to frame our own thought life under the authority of what God has to say about the way that we think and the way that we kind of take all thoughts captive. And lastly, I'm suggesting you bring some of this. I know that toilet paper and Kleenex, these things can be hot commodities right now, but sometimes when I get that chance to just get away and I really need to decompress, sometimes there's tears that come with that. Actually, most of the time there's tears that come with that. And God is okay with that. He is such a safe place for us to go that, you know what, even if you can't carve out a space somewhere in your home, getting away with God, even in our thought life and our heart life, he becomes a safe place for us to go. That's my encouragement to you today, is no matter what kind of craziness you find yourself in your home as parents, you owe it to yourself and your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health to get away, to carve out that space and just kind of carve out a prayer closet for yourself where you can meet with God, refresh, and recharge. I hope this is encouraging to you, and I hope it's encouraging for you to see that life is crazy here at the Winkle House too. Until the next time we get to be together again, I wish you all well and take care. God bless.